Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Division 4B Season 15 Week 10 recap. Welcome, everyone. So, I had to make a couple of changes. I'm in another room, so I'm not in my usual room. It's very cold here because I'm very far from the heating system I have in my house, and in general I'm in another room, and I hope internet doesn't fall off while I do this stuff. So yeah, I had to move because on the other room there were some issues, and now I'm here in this new sort of desk. I still have to set up correctly. So yeah, a bit like moving, but instead of moving from a house to another, it's just moving from a room to another. Still better than the table kitchen, that's for sure. Anyway, enough about me, and let's move on to our usual weekly recap. I hope my microphone is working. I had some trouble with it this week. So let's go and move to our stream. If the game starts, all right. So, as we said, week 10 recap, we are very close to the end of this season. Some say that he can win the playoff ticket. Of course, I'm talking about Wanchi. Some say he might, get some draws and get the Wolves to the top. We can't say for sure yet. I'm quite sure about this. However, let's move on and let's get to the schedule of this week. As I said in the chat, I'm having some trouble with the Blood Bowl thingy here. It's not working properly. It has some lag, so I'm trying to working this out during the stream. Right. Anyway, if OBS decide, okay, OBS is working, everything is fine, we can move on. So let's move to our first match of the week. We've got Sigmar Blood Knights REBBL against the Very Necromantic Necros. As some of you may know by now, Morales is having some troubles with his laptop. He sent it to repairs. We probably won't see him playing his last matches. However, if he manages to get any PC back, like I had to do last season. If someone remember, last season I had to go on rental PCs in the middle of a pandemic just to play my matches. So I can understand Morales' situation here. So anyway, going in the match, we can see the MVPs for the Very Necromantic Necros going on GMAN, Zombie. I don't know if it's a level up. I haven't checked yet. And then we got a very nice MVP on the other one, a new Flesh Golem I hired for this match. Then we've got, let's see, 3 SPPs on Run Tigot and 3 SPPs on Slack. And that's pretty much it for this match. So I don't have a team development schedule here already because I didn't check my team, as I got accepted today and I wake up 2 hours ago. So we're going straight to the prediction board. Why? Because we still didn't know as a group that Morales' laptop was dead, which means that the people who voted for this match are still eligible for their points. So let's see who got their points for this match. Something I haven't prepared because I'm very messed up this week. I didn't reach my weekly alcohol quota because of the cup we had this Saturday. Okay, maybe I'm talking too much now. Okay, so let me check. So the winner of the points for this prediction are Beer Monkey, Draconius, and Anoraf. I'm going to assign your points for getting this prediction done. Even just getting the information before the others is still something our Seer would do. Let's see, Beer Monkey, then we've got Draconius, and then we've got Anoraf, which I cannot find. There it is. Alright. Given your points, I guess we can move on and actually start our recaps. So, let's move to the second match of the week. We got the Redman Forever against the Rebel Vaporwelves. Rats versus Pro Elves, the Elven Union. So, for the Redman Forever, we have a 2-1 victory against the Rebel Vaporwelves. We can see 2 touchdowns, 17 armor breaks, and 1 expulsion on Redman Forever's side, and we got 1 touchdown, 1 pass, and just 3 armor breaks on the Rebel Vaporwelves. For the MVPs, we can see an unfortunate MVP on Triable Nibbler, a loner lineman, which maybe got hired after that match. I'm not sure yet, I have to check it later. Then we can see a nice MVP on Rebel Vaporwave's side on LMC Liquidus, the Strength Plus Dodge Block lineman. So more SPPs for this guy, getting close to another level up, something useful on a Strength 4 piece. So for the ball possession, we've got an astounding 81% ball possession from the Redman Forever. So the Rebel Vaporwelves couldn't really manage to get that elfy, magic-y thingy doing their works to get the ball. Quite unfortunate for Fiat. We can see the Redman Forever being fairly defensive with their ball, keeping the ball on their side of the pitch and just moving in for the score later on. Maybe a bit of stalling once they cause some damage with their 17 armor breaks. For the blocks, we can see the Redman Forever dealt double the blocks than the Rebel Vaporwelves, something I must admit I didn't expect, considering they don't really have any fighting piece on their team. We can see 32 blocks against 16 blocks. From the Redman Forever side, we can see 3 KOs and 1 injuries inflicted, while nothing happened from Rebel Vaporwave side. And if I remember correctly, they had 3 armor breaks, which means they got 3 stuns overall in the match. So the 87 of the Rats here really worked wonders. We can see the Redman Forever also with an astounding 142 yards running. This is one of the highest number I've seen while recapping this whole season. So that's a huge number here against the 34 of the Rebel Vaporwelves. We can also see the Rebel Vaporwelves doing a pass somewhere in there. We can also see the Rebel Vaporwelves have a self-inflicted casualty or injury. Yeah, 1 injury inflicted, 2 casualty sustained. So yeah, the Rebel Vaporwelves also suffered a self-inflicted casualty. Let's move on to the SPPs. So for the Redman Forever, we've got 5 SPPs on Treble Nibbler, we've got 3 SPPs on Akflem Scuttlespike, 2 SPPs on Tzatz, and 3 SPPs on Sark. Then for the Rebel Vaporwelves, we've got 5 SPPs on LMC Liquidus, 3 SPPs on Loser 99, and 1 SPP on Vintage Right on Time. Moving to the dice rolls. For the Redman Forever, D6s, we can see very few D6s being thrown around, with 14 ones and 9 sixes, and the usual stuff in the middle. So we've got for the armor rolls, we can see 4 failures on the armor rolls against the 7 successes. So considering their armor 7, it's not a huge number really. I do understand the fact that they didn't really suffer much from that. We can see no injuries, so as I said before, they only got the Fiat Lecture side we got on the stance. We can see for the Reds 20 successful dodges against 6 failures. Now here it depends on who did these dodges. I would say gutter runners mostly. So this percentage is in the middle between the 80 something percentage average for AG4 and the 67 percentage average for AG3. So average, really. Then we can see 2 failed pickups and 2 successful pickups. We can see we can see 2 successful bribe. Then we've got 1 successful going for it, so just 1 sprint from Redman Forever. And we can see 2 failed stab. So Redman Forever had star players in this game. Moving to the Rebel Vaporwelves, we can see the situation is quite the opposite. We've got 31s and 36s, so they're the same. And also there were not too many injuries on Rebel Vaporwolf's side. So some of these dices actually were on his moves. However, let's go and check these kind of rolls. We can see 18 failures on armor rolls against just 16 successes. So while there are very few injuries and casualties, there were a lot of stuns and maybe some KOs. So maybe I should take back what I just said about the sixes and the fives, considering they still went on the armor rolls, at least. As I said, out of 18 failures, we got 2 failure on injury rolls and 1 casualty. Moving to the dodges, we've got 18 successful dodges against 7, so it's a bit below average, but if I can imagine how the match went, I would say probably Fiat had to dodge inside some tackle zones, trying to get the ball and steal it from the Reds who were playing defensively in their own half of the pitch. Then we've got, let's see here, 13 successful going for it, with 5 failures. Slightly unfortunate seeing 5 failures on the GFIs, but also, sometimes you have to throw those GFIs and just once keep rolling through. I have no idea what a thwart shadowing is. I would say it's the name of a player. Anyway, there were 3 failures and 3 successful rolls on this roll. Then we got 3 successful KO wake-ups. So all the KOs the Rebel Vaporwave suffered actually got back on the pitch. We can see 1 successful catch, 1 successful pickup with 1 field pickup, and 1 successful pass. That's it for the D6s of these two teams. For the blocking dices, we've got, for the Radman Forever side, 13 skulls against 10 pows with 14 defenders stumble and 9 both down. Let's go and analyze the situation here. We can see some 1 in 9s, 1, 2, 3. We can see 3 1 in 9s in the first page. Then we've got our, which had not been rerolled. Then we've got a 1 in 36 being rerolled into a POW and nothing more. So Run Forever you used only 1 reroll in the blocking game. Let's move to the Rebel Vaporwelves. So for the Rebel Vaporwelves, we've got 4 skulls and 5 POWs. Not too bad, however, we have to consider how many of those POWs actually went through. So we've got a reroll, an aggressive reroll on a double push, being a defender stumble, which I would guess was on a gutter runner. I don't remember if Skitter is a gutter runner, but I would consider so. Then we've got 1 in 6 being accepted. We can see another aggressive reroll here. That was probably an aggressive reroll, which went into a push. And pretty much nothing else. So 2 rerolls being used in the blocking game. Yeah, there wasn't really too much for blocking game. The game was pretty much on positioning and trying to get the ball here. And that's it for the analysis of this match. So it was a 2-1 victory for the Redman Forever. Well played from both coaches, especially, I would say, at least the Rebel Vaporwaves managed to get their touchdown with their 6% of ball possession. It's still something to consider. It's not easy to do that in such a short period of time. Yet, it sells. So we've got to consider every phase of this. I'm going to move to the team development if OBS decide to work. So let's see here. Redman Forever. For some reason, it's not full screen. Now it is. Okay, so for the Redman Forever, Dust Bunny, we've got an increase of 1k in fans going up to 8k fans. Then we've got some very nice level up. We've got a level up on Sats, which is Palinon. So, okay, so he had both Storm Vermin. I have to say that actually he had an advantage in the blocking game. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about them for some reason. As I said, piling on Zat, which is already a tackle, mighty blow, storm vermin. Great. This is actually the mighty killing piece for this team now. He just needs glow, really. Then for Zag, the gutter runner, we can see Tackle, another great skill considering this player can actually do most of the ball stealing, considering he's also AG4. So he can get in a cage, he can wrestle down, he can dauntless the guy with the ball, and now he also has Tackle. So very nice piece to have on the pitch for stealing the ball, getting into difficult position, and so on. Also, we can see a new gutter runner being hired in the team called Scalpintro No. So yeah, new rookie gutter runner. Let's move on to Fiat Luxia team development. So no change in fan factor. We can see LMC Liquidus, the MVP, being MNG, so no injury sustained in this match. And then we've got Eriniton Galonlandi. Yeah, that's probably my Elven is very rusty. And he's just a rookie lineman being hired on the team. Hopefully get dodge or block soon. And that's pretty much it for the team development. Let's see if we've got any very close level ups on important pieces. Nostalgia Corp with one touchdown and one pass to another level up. And then we've got also Loser 99, which is a strength plus piece being one touchdown away from his level up. I would say these are the two most important, very close level ups Fiat Luxia has here. Alright, so this was the team development, and let's move to our prediction board. Let's see. So the winner of this week predictions for this match are me and Beer Monkey. Alright, let's go and assign the point. It's me and Beer Monkey 31. Alright. Let's move on to the next match. I hope I didn't forget anything. That was fast, per se. I'm sure it's slower. So we've got a Big Wolf Rescue against the Roughing the Ref. We've got a 3-1 victory for the Big Wolf Rescue. Something he definitely needed if he wants the playoff ticket. So for the Big Wolf Rescue side, we've got 3 touchdowns, 1 death, and 17 armor breaks. While for the Roughing the Ref, we've got 1 touchdown, 19 armor breaks, and 1 expulsion. For Big Wolf Rescue, we've got an MVP on a dead loner, so no way of getting those 5 SPPs. And then for the Roughing the Ref side, we got an MVP on Malcolm in the Middle. That MVP allowed this guy, this little guy, to get a level up. Let's move on to the statistics. We can see the ball possession being fairly balanced between the two teams, with the Big Wolf Rescue having a 43% on ball possession. However, considering these percentages on occupation of halves, I would say that the Big Wolf Rescue actually managed to steal the ball from Roughing the Ref for their 3 touchdowns. Moving to the blocking game, we've got 44 blocks from the Big Wolf Rescue against the 34 blocks from the Roughing the Ref. We can also see here a fairly balanced game all in all. We've got 4 KOs and 6 injuries inflicted from Big Wolf Rescue, and then we've got 7 KOs, 3 injuries, and 1 kill inflicted by Roughing the Ref. Very violent game we have here. Then we can see, can we see something else? I have to do some math, I'm sorry. I think the Big Wolf Rescue sustained some self KOs here and some self casualties. That's not good for him. However, he won. Maybe an expensive victory, we're going to talk about it later. So for the SVPs, we've got 5 SVPs on Tom Bone Marrow, the MVP who died and also was a loner, very unfortunate. And we got 2 SVPs on Jody Exotic, 3 SVPs on Jeff the Plague Snatcher, 2 SVPs on Cowie the Raider, 8 SVPs on Ryanka the Champion, very good for a Necro team. And we got 6 SVPs on Carol the Oler. For Roughing the Ref side, we've got the 5 SVPs on Mark in the Middle, the Goblin we've seen before was leveled up, and we got 5 SVPs on Runny Nose and 4 SVPs on Tweedledum. Let's move on to the dice rules. So, for the Big Wolf Rescue D6s, we've got 22 ones against the 29 sixes. We can also see 37 fives against just 27 twos. Let's go and analyze the dices. We've got 17 failures against 22 successes on armor rolls. Out of those 17 failures, we've got 12 failed injuries, which end up in 3 casualties. Then we can see 3 failed KO rolls against 5 successful KO rolls. We can see 2 failed region rolls against 3 successful region rolls. Then we've got 10 successful GFIs with just 1 failure, so slightly above average. We can see 3 successful pickups with no failure. We've got 13 successful dodges against 6 failed dodges. I would say he probably tried to dodge with zombies, or he was very, very unfortunate trying to dodge with his wolves and wits, but mostly wolves. Then we can see 2 failed catches from the Big Wolf Rescue, so no passing game here allowed the win. It was everything else. Moving to rough in the rough side, we've got 29 ones against 44 sixes with 26 fives and 47 twos. This is kind of awful for the rough in the rough side. 1 and 2s are not great for HE3 teams. We've got 17 failures on armor rolls against the 16 successes, so not great for rough in the rough, but also they are AV7 and such. And out of those 17 failures, we've got 11 failure on injury rolls, which ended up in 2 casualties. Then for the dodges, we've got 16 successful dodges with 4 failures. We've got 2 failed KO rolls against 3 successful KO rolls, if I'm correct, just as much as the Big Wolf Rescue team. Then we've got 2 successful bribes, something you'd expect from them. We've got 14 successful GFIs with 2 failures. We can see 1 failed pickup against 3 successful pickups. We can see 1 failed and 1 successful landing. We can see 1 failed catch. We've got 20 successful really stupid rolls with just 2 failures, so this is quite good for roughing the ref. I hope those 2 failures weren't that important in that match. I hope so. You know, it's bad when you've got the trolls doing everything correctly except when you need them. Then you can see also 2 failed pro rolls. So I would say the pro usually is on the big guys, and it didn't work. We can see a successful Always Hungry connected to the landing we've seen before. We've got 2 successful throw teammate. We can see, wait, okay. Then we can see 2 inaccurate passes being successful, still the throwing of the teammate. We can see 1 successful region with no failures, so one of the big guy was actually thrown off the pitch and returned to the game. And then we also got 2 successful chainsaw rolls with no failures, and 2 failed loner rolls. Alright, let's move to the blocking dices. For the Big Wolf Rescue, we've got 23 skulls against 20 pals. We've got 11 defender stumbles against 16 both downs. I'm going to make a quick check because, okay, everything is working. Sometimes I have to check because my internet is acting a bit since I moved from my former table. Okay, so we've got, for the Big Wolf Rescue blocking dices, some rerolls and some 1 in 9s here. So we got a 1 in 6 being accepted, we got a 1 in 9 being accepted, we've got a 1 in 9 being rerolled into push, we've got a 1 in 9 being rerolled into a POW, we've got a 1 in 6 being rerolled into a POW, we've got another 1 in 36 being rerolled into pushes, we've got another 1 in 6 being accepted this time. Then we've got an aggressive reroll, which was a skull push, being rerolled in another skull push, so it's a push. Then let's see, another 1 in 9. Oof, these are some strange dices. And that's pretty much it. So the Big Wolf Rescue threw more blocking dices, but had to deal with some stuff here. Alright, let's move to the Rough in the Ref side. So for Rough in the Ref, we've got 23 skulls against 19 POWs. I would say average stuff in the middle. So here we have a 1 in 9 being rerolled into push, a row of POWs, more POWs, a 1 in 9, more POWs, wow, and more POWs. So I would say that while the Necros rolled way more blocks, Ruffin the Ref surely had a good time here in the blocking side of the match. Like just looking at this, sorry, not the row, but column of POWs and defender stumbles being accepted. All right, and this was the dice analysis of these two teams. It was the Big Wolf Rescue against the Roughing the Ref with a 3-1 victory for Big Wolf Rescue. Let's go and see their team development. As soon as I don't forget to do not close the window where I have the stuff in, which has happened for the whole season. I'm sorry. Alright, so for the Big Wolf Rescue, as I said before, we have to analyze this because this is a very terrible injury at this state of the game. So we can see the Big Wolf Rescue, REBBL Llama, being very close to his playoff ticket. He just have to get over One Cheese Team, the current leader and most probable person to get into the playoffs. And he surely got a 3-1 victory. However, he just suffered a movement bust injury on his Strength Plus, Mighty Blow, AG Plus, and Block Werewolf. Now, it's terrible, but it's still not impossible to use him as a good piece. He's also very close to another level up. So, would you take Movement Plus if his next level up was actually a stat up Movement Plus and just stop caring about the team value? That's a question I'll leave to think. I'll leave you to think about it. Yeah. Then we've got Lauren the Worm Chewer, a new ghoul being hired, and Tim the Aged, a new zombie being hired. That's pretty much for this team. Alright, sorry for the microphone issues. Then we got on Roughing the Ref side, a loss of 1k fans in fan factor, going down to 6. And then we've got a level up on Malcolm in the middle, the one we talked before, getting sidestep. Very nice standard level up for a Goblin. Then we can see Pink Eyes and 11 Fingers Jackson being hired into the team. Good luck to these two Goblins. They usually don't survive long enough on the pitch, but you know, a legendary Goblin is always there. You just gotta believe. Alright, so this was the team development of these two teams, and let's move on to the prediction board. So, let's see here. I'm having some troubles with my internet connection now. Okay. So it's a REBBL Llama against Figure. It's Big Wolf Rescue against Ruffin the Ref, and the winner of this week prediction are Anoraf, Draconius, me, and Beer Monkey. Congratulations. So let's go and assign your point. As we said, just a moment, it's Anoraf, Draconius, and Beer Monkey. Okay. Anoraf, Draconius, and Beer Monkey going up to 32. Let me check whether I did everything correctly. I think. I hope I didn't mess up anything. Alright, yeah, my hands are freezing here. It's quite a very cold room, the one I'm sitting in. Alright, so let's move to the next match, I would say. We've got to 80 goals against Graf Billy's Vendetta. So I had some news report here from this match from some very generous people at REBBL. As soon as Discord can open on my side, I'm going to recover them because I've been told some days ago. So for this match, we can see that the goblins, so got to 80 eagles, the underworld citizens, if I'm correct, got a throw rock event which killed the goblin. If I'm either killed or maybe anyway made him unable to continue the match. Then we can see failed dodges which removed more goblins right at the beginning of the game. So very unfortunate for the God to Eagles. And in general, I've heard that there was some dicing on the God to Eagle side, and I also heard that the coach took it like a gentleman. So nicely done, God to Eagles team. Now let's move on to the actual recap. If I can reopen everything, sorry. I'm okay. So nothing happened. Nice. Okay, so it's a 2-1 victory for Graf Billy's Vendetta. Let's analyze this page. We've got one touchdown, one death, 5 armor breaks, and one expulsion on God to Eagle side. And then we've got on Graf Billy's Vendetta side, 2 touchdowns, one pass, and 12 armor breaks. So for the MVPs, on God to Eagle side, we've got an MVP on Victor Sikora, which is a very leveled up Skaven thrower, being close to another level up with 44 SPPs. Then we've got on Graf Billy's Vendetta side, the MVP goes on Grigory Kilgore, which is a block frenzy beastman, also getting close to another level up. Both of the players are still quite far from it. Moving to the statistics, we've got a 50 percentage of ball possession from Graf Billy's Vendetta with a 43 ball possession for the God2 Eagles. We can see both teams playing fairly defensively on their own elves. However, in the end, Graf Billy's Vendetta managed to take the win with the 2-1 victory, if I'm correct. Yeah, I have a very short-term memory. We can also see Graf Billy's Vendetta doing a pass. For the blocking game, as you would expect from Chaos, they did a lot of blocks. We can see 44 blocks from Graf Billy's Vendetta against the 25 blocks from God2 Eagles. From Graf Billy's Vendetta side, we've got 5 KOs, 2 injuries, and 1 kill inflicted against the 2 KOs and 1 injury inflicted from the God2 Eagles. Now, you can see 5-2-1, 6-4-1. So you can see the God to Eagles also suffering from some self-arm injuries. Let's move to the SPPs. We've got 8 SPPs on Victor Sikora and 2 SPPs on Raymond van der Go for the God to Eagles side. Then for Graf Billy's Vendetta side, we've got 5 SPPs on Gregory Kilgore, 3 SPPs on Jeremiah Clavenhoof, 2 SPPs on the Preacher, 3 SPPs on Marrock Reborn, 1 SPP on Shrunken Bob, and 2 SPPs on the Prophet. Moving to the dice rolls. For the God to Eagles side, we've got 39 ones against 27 sixes, which is it's kinda bad just to begin with. And if you consider they suffered some injuries here, it's even worse. So let's check and see everything here. We can see 2 successful pickups. We can see 23 successful dodges, but 12 failures. In the end, it's not that bad considering their AG3 stunties. However, they ended up in some very terrible situations during the match, as I was told. We've got 14 failures on the armor rolls with 22 successful armor rolls. We can see out of those 14 failures, 4 were injuries, which ended up in 2 casualties. We can see 8 successful GFIs with 4 failed GFIs, so very below average on GFIs for the God2 Eagles. We can see an animosity roll failing, so failed animosity roll. We've got 6 KO rolls fail and just 3 successful KO rolls, so this is also below average. And then we've got 10 successful really stupid rolls with 2 failures, so this is actually statistically correct. Moving to the Graf Billy's Vendetta side, we've got 1 successful dodge and 1 failed dodge, so not too many dodges from the Chaos team. Then we've got 5 failures with 5 failures on armor rolls against 17 successes. Out of those, we can see 1 injuries, which ended up in 1 casualty. We've got 4 failed GFIs with 6 successful GFIs. So maybe this match was in a storm or something, because there's a lot of failed GFIs from both team, both coaches, being the percentage very low here. I wasn't told about the weather. Then we've got two successful pickups with no failure. We can see one successful pass with one failed pass. And we've got three successful catches with one failed catch. I don't know if I said about this earlier. Moving to the blocking dices. So we've got, for the God 2 Eagles, 10 skulls and 10 pows with usual stuff in the middle. We can see a 1 in 9 being accepted. Not any strange dice in the first page. Ooh, the restart. We've got an aggressive reroll into a push, another aggressive reroll into a push, and another aggressive reroll into a pow, and another aggressive reroll into a defend stumble. So we got 4 aggressive rerolls here. So all the blocking dice was aggressive from the God to Ed Eagle side. On Graf Billy's Veneta side, we've got 19 skulls and 18 pows, with 1 in 9 being rerolled into a pow, some buff down here being accepted. We can see, I don't know how is it called when you do a 1 in 36 and get also a buff down in a free dice. Anyway, a buff down was taken. Then we've got a nice column of pows and defender stumbles. We can see a 1 in 36 being rerolled into a pow. Another time the free dice being buff down, skull skull, so the buff down was accepted. And then we've got an aggressive reroll here into a defender stumble. So this was the dice analysis of the match, and so this is the match. We've got the 2-1 victory from Graf Billy Sodetta against the God 2 Ed Eagles. Congratulations to both coaches for your efforts. Let's move to the team development of the two teams. So for the God 2 Ed Eagles, we've got a loss of 1k fans going back to 7. We can see Paul Boswell, the Skaven lineman with Mighty Blow and Block being MNG'd. Then we can see the death of Mark Spanklink, a rookie Skaven Blitzer. Quite expensive, this death. However, it was also already replaced by Mitchell Michaelis, a new Skaven Blitzer. And that's pretty much it for this team. So let's see for level ups. We can see Mark Overmars, the very nice killing piece with Block, Mighty Blow, Tackle, and Claw being just 1 injury away from his level up. Yeah, that's the most important piece. I would say that is very close to his level up. Let's see who and what, who he will kill and what he'll get from it. Moving to another match, the other team, Graf Billy's Vendetta. We've got an increase of fun factor going up to 9. Then we have a lot of level ups here. So we've got a level up on the Prophet getting stand firm, but also being MNG'd for the next game. Then we can see Jeremiah Clovenhoof, Beastman with block, getting movement plus, very useful for someone to handle the ball. Then we've got Shrunken Bob getting Tackle, which paired with Wrestle and Dodge makes him a ball threat, a stealer, a sucker. Then we've got Gannicus Darkhorn, a new Beastman being hired in the team. Also, he has 200k of treasury here. It's a lot of treasury. He can spend it in the next match, maybe. Alright, this was the team development, and let's move to the prediction board. So, let's see here. Corbor against Beer Monkey. The winner of this match prediction is Draconius. So Draconius is getting his point, going up to 25. Very nice indeed. Let's move to the next match of the week. We've got the Red Bull Churfing against Manor Muppets. So this is one of those matches together with Wake Wolf Rescue. We have to keep monitored if we are interested in knowing who is getting the playoff ticket and who is getting the Challenger Cup ticket. So we can see here One Cheese drawing with Chubstep. We've got a Red Bull Churfing tying Manor Muppets with a 1-1 tie. Let's analyze this page. So we got 1 touchdown and 12 armor breaks from the Red Bull Surfing side against 1 touchdown, 12 armor breaks, and 1 expulsion from Minor Muppets. For the MVPs, we've got an MVP, oh no, not again, on Tanlund Bloodaxe, going up to 21 SPPs, and then we've got an MVP on Fozzie Bear from the Minor Muppets, a Blitzer who already has dodge, guard, and sidestep. Do human Blitzer have access to agility stuff? No, these are all doubles. Nice. Alright, let's move to the statistics of the match. We can see a very balanced ball possession, with a 37 ball possession from the Red Bull Surfing and a 43 ball possession on Minor Muppets. We can see both teams playing defensively in their own half of the pitch, and things change in the blocking game. We can see 59 blocks from the Red Bull Surfing side against the 47 blocks against from the Minor Muppets. We can see from Red Bull Surfing side 3 KOs being inflicted and 2 injuries being inflicted, while on Minor Muppets side we've got 1 KO being inflicted and 2 injuries being inflicted. We can see the Yumis running a little bit more than the Chorfs, something strange considering that Chorfs usually always run with their Bull Centaurs, so we got a 70 yards running from Minor Muppets against the 52 from the Red Bull Surfing. Alright, moving to the SVPs. For Red Bull Surfing side, we've got 5 SVPs on Tanlun Bloodaxe, 2 SVPs on Utkal Red Bull. Oh, I just got now the name Red Bull. Okay. 2 SVPs on Bartan Burnsoul and 3 SVPs on Smax Ghostbait. For Minor Muppets, we've got 5 SVPs on Fozzie Bear, 2 SVPs on Kermit the Frog, 2 SVPs on Gonzo, and 3 SVPs on Crazy Harry. Let's move to the dice rolls. For Red Bull Surfing, we've got 18 ones against 19 sixes with 23 fives, 21 twos, so average stuff in the middle. We've got for Red Bull Surfing, as we're saying, 12 failed armor rolls against 22 successes, which ended up in 3 injuries, which ended up in 1 casualty. We can see 1 KO getting back up. Then we've got 6 successful GFIs with 2 failures. We've got 6 successful dodges with 5 failures, so a lot more failures. However, the Chaos Dwarfs are AG2 most of their pieces and AG3, so quite understandable. Actually above average if you don't consider Hobgoblin. Then we've got 2 successful pickups and 1 failed pickup roll. Then we've got 1 failed catch. So not great dices for Red Bull Surfing, also not too bad dices for Red Bull Surfing, which kinda makes it fairly clear how the match wasn't really unbalanced on dices, and probably coach being very experienced. I cannot talk about skill because I would have to watch every single match of the 2 coaches. However, I would say Chubstep and Wanchi have quite the same experience in the game. So all in all, it was a fairly balanced game. We can see for Minor Muppet side, the D6s, we got 21s against the 16 sixes. We can see 10 failures on armor roll with 25 successful armor rolls. So the Yumi's armor actually held pretty well considering the armor rolls of the Red Bull Surfing. Out of those 10 failure on armor rolls, we can see 2 injuries which ended up in no casualties. We've got 5 successful GFIs with 2 failures. We've got 2 failed KO rolls and 2 successful KO rolls. And we've got 10 successful bonnet rolls with just 1 failure, so the ogre acted correctly. We can see 3 successful dodges. We've got 2 failures on pickup and 2 successful pickups, and that's pretty much it. So not really too much to analyze in D6s for these 2 coaches. Let's move to the blocking dices. Maybe they are way more interesting about the match. So for Red Bull Surfing side, we've got 15 skulls against 11 pows. Sorry, 18 pows. And the average stuff in the middle. We've got a 1 in 36 here being rerolled. We got a 1 in 9 being accepted. We got another 1 in 9 being accepted. There's a lot of pages and a lot of pushes. We can see here 50 pushes. We've got a both down being rerolled into a defender stumble. Interesting. Then we got another 1 in 9 here being accepted. And also we got, I would say it's an aggressive reroll, which ended up in a push. So not too great blocking dices on Red Bull Surfing side. We can see he really couldn't hit the ball or hit the players, just pushing them away. Let's move to Mirror Muppet side. We've got 17 skulls against the 16 pows and the average stuff in the middle. So we've got a 1 in 36 being rerolled, a 1 in 9 being accepted, another 1 in 9 being accepted. Some pows and defender stumbles, so some players being knocked down. Is there anything interesting? We've got a 1 in 9 being rerolled into push. We've got a 1 in 36 being rerolled into a POW, and we've got a 1 in 9 being rerolled into a defender stumble. So the Yumis surely had more blocking power in terms of taking down his opponents. However, we haven't seen too many injuries. So those were just successful blocks which the Red Bull Surfing didn't have. So this was the dice analysis of the Manor Muppets against the Red Bull Surfing, and it was a 1-1 tie. Let's move to the team development of the two teams. So for Red Bull Surfing side, we've got a loss of 1k in fan factor, and that's pretty much it, considering they didn't do too many touchdowns or injuries or something interesting to lead to a level up. So let's analyze the team here, considering they are the playoff, the actual playoff ticket holder. We can see well, we have already talked even too much about the two nice ball centers he has, and also Bart and Burnsall being the killer of the team, which is to for some injuries away from his newer level up. He probably needs a level up on Tazak Fastfoot just to get to the playoffs with full guard dwarf team. I mean, you don't consider the killer piece, of course. Maybe you get guard if you manage to get those injuries. And then we have, yeah, no really close level up. Maybe the exchangeable. Maybe the Goblin will roll something interesting for his level up. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Red Bull Surfing. A very solid team, no injuries, leading for the playoff tickets, and also a team that can actually win the playoffs at this state. Let's move to the Manor Muppets team development. So we've got a loss of 1k in fan factor going back to 7. And then we can see from last week level ups, Kermit the Frog getting Mighty Blow. Let's see if we have something interesting here. So the H2 Blitzer with guard is very close to a level up. Miss Piggy we're talking about. So I don't know if I would keep him, because a guard piece, you want him able to move. And having the same agility of a dwarf is not great, considering you have a 1880 of team value. In my opinion, maybe I would start thinking about replacing him. Then moving on for level ups, we've got a very close. We got an animal, the AG Plus Blitzer with Mighty Blow, Tickle, and Piling On. Very nice. Being one MVP away from another level up. Very nice. And then that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's all we have to say about Manor Muppets today. This is a good team. I like it. I usually always like human teams. They bring variety to the game. They bring strange plays. So I really hope Chubstep manages to get some very good level ups in the course of the next matches that are to come. Let's move to the prediction board. If I can open OBS. All right. So yeah, as usual, I'm on one monitor because I'm from a laptop. Let's see here. So we've got Wanchi against Chubstep. It was a 1-1 tie, and the winner of this match prediction is Beer Monkey. So Beer Monkey is getting another point. Beer Monkey slowly recovering and getting very close to the top of the board. Let's move to the next match. If I can do this, if things open. Okay, so the next match, did I close the prediction board? Yes, I did. So the next match is Heroes of Time Forgotten against Dark Mode for win. It's a 1-0 victory for Major Byte team. We've got 1 touchdown, 2 passes, 2 armor breaks, and 1 explosion for the Dark Mode for win against 1 pass, 11 armor breaks, and 1 explosion from Heroes of Time Forgotten. We can see the MVP going on Spine Collector, a ghoul who leveled up thanks to this MVP. Then we've got an MVP on GitHub Desktop alignment with an injury. I don't know if this is a perm or just something not important. Rookie lineman, so his first 5 SPPs. Let's move to the statistics of the match. We can see the Dark Mode for win with a 68% on ball possession, being extremely defensive on their ball with their 56 occupation of own health. We've got, yeah, that's pretty much it. Considering the Heroes of Time Forgotten at a 12 ball possession percentage with 6 and 6 for both of the halves of the pitch. We can see the Heroes of Time Forgotten going for a pass with a catch. We can see Dark Mode for win going with 2 passes and 2 catches. The situation is quite the opposite for the blocking game. We can see the Heroes of Time Forgotten throwing 47 blocks against the just 24 blocks from Dark Mode for win. We can see, however, that these blocks really didn't bring any blood on the pitch. The fans surely were not happy about this. We can see 3 KOs being inflicted from Heroes of Time Forgotten with absolutely nothing dealt from the Dark Mode for win. However, let's talk yards here. We've got Dark Mode for the win with 102 yards running against just 20 yards running of Heroes of Time Forgotten. Something you kinda understand considering Dark Mode for the win had almost a 70% of ball possession. We can see, however, some self-sustained stuff. We can see the Heroes of Time Forgotten with 1 casualty sustained and the Dark Mode for win with 1 casualty sustained. I'm quite sure both of these were self-arm injuries. Let's go for the SVPs. So we've got, as we said before, the 5 SVPs on Spine Collector, and we've got 1 SVP on Cranium Rubber, the pass. Then we've got, for Dark Mode for win, the 5 SVPs on GitHub Desktop, we got 3 SVPs on Discord, we got 1 SVP on Rider, and 1 SVP on Slack. Moving on to the dice rolls. So for the Heroes of Time Forgotten D6s, we've got 10 ones against 9 sixes, so very few D6s being thrown from Heroes of Time Forgotten. Let's see how they went. We've got 1 failed catch with 1 successful catch. We've got 2 failed armor rolls, just 2 failed armor rolls against 12 successful armor rolls. Out of those 2 failure in armor rolls, we can see 1 injury, which ended up in 1 casualty, which I would say regen, if I'm correct, because we've got a 1 successful regen here, unless the game doesn't count, unless every player that regen doesn't count as a casualty. I'm not sure about this, to be honest. We can see 3 failed rolls on pickups, and we got 2 successful rolls on pickups. We've got, let's see here, 1 successful dodge against 1 failure in dodges. We've got 1 successful GFI and 1 successful pass. So very few D6s being thrown from Heroes of Time Forgotten. Sometimes this is a winning strategy, sometimes you need to take those dices to win. Sometimes it's just luck. For the Dark Mode for win D6s, we can see quite the opposite. We can see a lot of dices being thrown here with 31 ones and 24 sixes. So not that great for Dark Mode for win. We've got, however, we also have to consider the 29 fives against the 32s, which kind of balance themselves. However, there are more 1 and 2s than 5 and 6s. We can see 10 failures on armor rolls with 24 successes on armor rolls. Out of those 10 failure in armor rolls, we can see the one injury, which ended up in no casualty, however, for the armor for win. We can see 44, that's a huge number. We can see 44 dodges being successful with 9 failed dodges as failures. Even if it's more than 50 dodges, it's statistically average with a 83 percentage of successful dodges. Then we've got 12 going for it with one failure. We've got one failure on catch and one failure on pickup, but we also have two successful catches and two successful pickups and two successful passes with no failure on passes, and we got one successful KO. So I would say on this success side, maybe Major Bite strategy of throwing more dice actually work out in his favor, even considering that he had more ones and twos than 5 and 6s. All right, let's move to the blocking dice. I do expect something exciting here. So we've got 20 skulls against 14 pows for the Heroes Time Forgotten. Also, he had 26 both downs and 10 defender stumbles. Let's see here for the rerolls. We got a 1 in 9 being rerolled into a POW. We've got an aggressive reroll being rolled into a buff down. Then we've got a 1 in 6 being rerolled into a buff down, so it's technically a 1 in 9. Then we've got a 1 in 9 here being rerolled into a push. Then we've got, as I said before, 3 dice, skull, buff down, which is a buff down, which of course was a buff down. We have got another 1 in 9 being accepted. We've got another 1 in 9 being accepted. We've got another 1 in 9 being accepted from ghouls. I don't even know if these guys have block. So Heroes of Time Forgotten surely threw a lot of blocks, surely hit some players, but also had to deal with some stuff. Let's move to the Dark Morpher win. We've got very few blocking dice, so as I said, quite the opposite, with 13 skulls against 4 pows. That's quite huge, to be honest. He had 13 skulls and 10 buff downs against just 6 defender stumble and 4 pows. So the blocking game for Dark Morpher win was actually fairly awful to look at. We've got an aggressive reroll into a defender stumble. We've got some 1 in 9s here, a 1 in 6 being accepted, a buff down being accepted, a 1 in 9 being rerolled into a push, a 1 in 36 being rerolled into a push, a 1 in 9 being accepted, a 1 in 36 being accepted. So the Dark Morpher win blocking game was quite awful. From his player, from the dice being rolled, of course. So, as we said, it's a 1-0 victory for Dark Morpher win. I would like to say well done, Major Bite, considering the dices you had to deal with. Also, congratulations, Heroes Time Forgotten, for playing and being a very sportsman on this match. It's a 1-0 victory, I forgot to mention. Let's go to the team development of the two teams. So, for the Heroes of Time Forgotten, we've got a very, very, very nice level up here. It's the only thing that happened, but it's a very nice one. It's a Strength plus level up on Spine Collector, so it's a Strength for Ghoul. Let's say that it could really, really be one of those pieces that can become everything with the next level ups. We already have a guard here. So he can really choose if he wants to make him another ball handler, considering he already has 2 ghouls doing that stuff, or if he wants to be a more aggressive piece with, like, stuff like take hold, diving take hold, wrestle, and stuff like that. And do we have anything close to level up here? Yeah, we've got Mudcrawler, the ghoul guard. The dodge guard ghoul, being just 1 SVP away from his level up. And that's pretty much it on interesting level ups. Very nice team here. Very complete. Then let's move to Dark Morpher win. We've got an increase in fun factor going up to 9. Then we've got a level up on Slack getting guard, and a level up on Discord, the strength plus, dodge, movement plus, blitzer, which we're going to analyze next week when we'll know what Major Bite took for him. So it's a very nice piece. I do understand that the hesitation of picking a new skill, especially if you roll some doubles or strange stuff. So it's a strength plus and movement plus. This is strength plus, yeah, it is. So very nice piece here. Also, yes, some treasury. The team value is slightly spiraling up, but considering they are elves, I would say the situation is under control with some very good pieces here for Major Bite. Alright, let's move to the, if I can find them, to the prediction board. So let's see who got a prediction board here. The winner for this match prediction is Beer Monkey. Congratulations. Going up to 34 and reaching an Oraf. Also very close to Corvor, of course. Let's move to the last match of the week. The Hightoon Hustlers against the Action All-Stars. We've got a 3-1 victory for the Hightoon Hustlers, which is Herringzord against Draconius. So, we've got 3 touchdowns, 2 deaths, 2 passes, 6 armor breaks on Hightoon Hustlers side, against the 1 touchdown, 20 armor breaks, and 1 expulsion from the Action All-Stars. The MVP for the Hightoon Hustlers went to Colt Darlow, which is a lineman who leveled up thanks to this MVP. Then on Action All-Stars side, we can see the MVP going to Robert Mercal, I would say star player runner with block, dauntless, dodge, sidestep, AG+, nerves of steel, jump up. That's a lot of skills. I don't even remember what. Do runners have dauntless as a start? Block, dauntless? If I'm correct, I don't remember. Anyway, it's 111 SPPs. It's a lot of SPPs here. Moving to the statistics, we got 37 in ball possession against the 31 ball possession from Hightoon Hustlers. So the Hightoon Hustlers managed to score 3 touchdowns in their 41 ball possession, with just a 6% of ball possession in their own half. I would say this was one heck of a passing game to get 3 touchdowns with just so few of occupation of the opponent's half. It's incredible. Very nice. We've got 45 blocks from the Action All-Stars against the 25 blocks from the Hightoon Hustlers. I need a second. I just got a message from my mother, and it's something written in whole caps, so I would ask you to please wait a second. I don't know if it's an emergency. If it's not, I'll be right back. All right, it's not an emergency. Oof. Okay, everything is fine, everything is working. We've got, I was saying for the blocking game, on Action All-Stars, we've got 45 blocks succeeded with 7 KO inflicted, 2 injuries inflicted, and 2 kills inflicted. So the Action All-Stars maybe didn't won the game, maybe didn't won the ball game. However, they surely dealt that sweet damage for SPPs, and also for the satisfaction of the fans and of the viewers, and in general for the fun of the game. Then we got on the Hightoon Hustlers side, with their 25 blocks succeeded, just 4 KOs inflicted. We can see the Hightoon Hustlers running an impressive 134 yards running, but the Action All-Stars almost ran 100 yards as well. So very ball movement, a lot of ball movement in this game. Sorry. Okay, so we've got for the Hightoon Hustlers, 6 SPPs on Colt Darlow, 1 SPP on John Wayne Beresford, 3 SPPs on Norberto Saluno, 3 SPPs on Steve Sharper, and 3 SPPs on Matt Ricochet. Then for the Action All-Stars, we've got 5 SPPs on Robert McCall, 3 SPPs on Brian Kills Jr., and 4 SPPs on Gabriel Crush. Moving to the dice rolls. For the high tone masters, these sixes, we've got 23 ones and 24 sixes with 23 fives, 22 twos, so average d6s in general. Let's see how they were applied to the game. So we can see 2 failed interceptions, we can see 25 successful dodges with just 2 failures, so above average. We can see, considering elves, we've got 6 successful going for it with 1 failure. We've got 1 failed pickup with 5 successful pickups. We've got 2 failed passes with 3 successful passes, so they kind of had still to deal with the passing game and the troubles of the passing game, even for Erings or Delves, which, if I'm correct, are total beasts in the passing game. We can see 11 failures on armor rolls against 29 successful armor rolls. Out of those 11 failed armor rolls, we got 3 injuries, which ended up in 2 casualties, which were probably the 2 deaths we've seen before. We've got 10 failures on K rolls with just 5 successful K rolls, so wait, what? How is this a 33? Oh yeah, of course. So as I was saying, way below percentage on K rolls for the item hustlers. We can see the 3 successful catches with 1 failed catch. We can see a bolt being thrown, a lightning bolt being thrown during the match. Then we've got no, we've got nothing more because casualty we already talked about them, the 2 deaths. Moving to the action all-stars d6s. So we've got 17 ones against the 15 sixes and the usual stuff in the middle. Let's see how it applies for him. We've got a 7 failure on armor rolls with 11 successful rolls, which ended up in 2 injuries, which ended up in 2 casualties. We've got 2 failed pickups with 3 successful pickups. We've got 5 successful GFIs with no failures. We've got 2 failed passes with 1 successful pass. We've got 1 failed diving tackle roll. We've got 1 failed dodge with 2 successful dodges. And then we've got 1 failed jump up roll with 2 successful jump up rolls. We've got 4 failure on K rolls with 3 successful K rolls. We've got 4 failures on catches with 2 successful catches, and also we have a terrible wild animal rolls with 7 failure on wild animal and just 5 successes on wild animals. I would hope that he didn't blitz too much with his Yeti and getting those wild animals out of normal movement. We can see 1 failed loner roll and 1 successful loner roll. So we can see 2 rerolls being used for the Yeti. That's not great on Action All Stars. Maybe that's what that's something that caused also the loss of the team. No, I forgot the blocking dice. Sorry. So let's move to the blocking dice. We've got on Item Hustler's side 11 skulls against 14 pows. We've got starting row, column of pows. Then we've got a 1 in 36 being rerolled into a 1 in 9. Not great for Batch Gazady, one of the players who gets most of the SVPs usually. Then we've got a 1 in 6 being rerolled into another 1 in 6. So that's another skull here. Then we've got a 1 in 9. And that's pretty much it. So not too many dices yet to deal with. However, they also were not great, especially the rerolls. Most of the rerolls I would say that were fairly wasted. Let's move to the Action All-Star side. So let's see here. Block being accepted, it's Norska, so no problems. 1 in 9 being accepted, of course. A 1 in 9 being accepted. An aggressive reroll here, maybe. No, maybe not. It's Johnny Rocco Jr. I don't remember really. Anyway, it's a reroll of a 1 in 9 going up to a POW. Now you got another 1 in 9 being accepted. We got another 1 in 9 being accepted. We got another 1 in 9 being accepted. I'm losing count. There's a lot of 1 in 9 and both downs being accepted in general. So something to keep in mind. You had to deal with some both downs, which maybe meant the elf being taken down. However, also not moving him, so not being able to position your Norse as you'd like. And that's pretty much for the dice analysis. I had some troubles there figuring out what happened. It's a 3-1 victory for the Heitonasters. Congratulations on Heitonasters for their game. Well done, Action All Stars as well, and Draconius. Let's see the team development of the two teams. I always love to watch Eringzor team because it's one of those builds I really like, but I never managed to get. So we've got an increase of fun factor up to 10 for Eringzord. We can see Steve Sharper with a level up, getting Leap, very nice considering he's Wrestle and Stripple. So this guy is becoming the cage diver of the team. Then we've got Colt Darlow also getting Wrestle, another useful piece. Then one of the deaths was probably a journeyman slash mercenary slash star player. I don't know. I would say not a star player, but one of the missing pieces. And you also have the death of Joe Slasso, a kick lineman. So not great losses from the High Hustlers. It could have been worse, unless I've missed out on something. Let me just check real quick if I can get it fast enough. That match, just to be sure, because this week I had to deal with a lot of stuff, so I might have missed who died in this match. So, okay, so it was it was a lineman, Kieron Dyer, which got killed. He was a new lineman that got hired for this match and got killed in the process. So no, I would say no real losses except for treasury for the Item Hustlers. You won treasury on Isles. So maybe the biggest hit was losing gold. Let's move to the Action All Stars. So Action All Stars didn't have any change in their team after the match, if I'm correct, of course. So let's analyze the levels. We can see Marty Rips being close to his level up with just an injury missing here to get block. You want a sweet block on the Wolf Werner. And also we can see Gabriel Crash being just 1 SPP away from his level up, the Berserker. The Berserker with Dodge, Sidestep, and Mighty Blow. That's pretty much it, yeah. So, as we said, it's a 3-1 victory for the Action Hustlers, and let's go to our prediction board to see who got the points here. So, the points for this match are for Anoraf, Materi96, oh, it's me, and Beer Monkey. Alright, so let's go for Anoraf, going up to 35, and drawing with Corbor here. Oof. Then we've got so I gave the point to Anoraf and also to Beer Monkey. So we've got 3 people on the lead for and the point for me, of course. We got 3 people leading the prediction board table, which is let me give the confirmation here, which is Anoraf, Corbor, and Beer Monkey at 35. That's incredible, really. Very head-to-head for the first place. Then we've got Eringzord with 28 and Draconius with 25. I forgot about myself. I always forget about myself. I'm at 31, probably 4th place. And then we've got everyone else who tried to get their points, which is always nice. So this was the match analysis. Let's go and check the leaderboard. Of course, I have the picture ready this time. Now I'm slowly getting used to login into REBBL.net, something I usually forget to do. All right, it should be on stream now. Yeah, it is. So let's analyze the points here. We can see One Cheese who draw this week. He got a draw, so it's 22 points. We can see both Eringzord and Big Wolf Rescue now being close to that playoff ticket. One Chi really needs the wins in the next few matches. If he gets more draws and either Eringzord or REBBL Llama get wins, then he's going to lose his spot. So it's really a close match. Nothing is certain now for who is going to the playoff and who is going to the Challenger Cup. Then we can see Beer Monkey very close to the Challenger Cup cutoff. So if Beer Monkey manages to get wins from now on, and either Erring Zord or Rideable Llama start losing all their games, the two or three games remaining, then Beer Monkey actually has a chance to the Challenger Cup cutoff. So I really wouldn't discard this option. For the rest of the league, I would say everyone is playing their best until the end. You always fight until the end. You always fight for those SVPs, for killing players, and in general for having fun. If that's what you like to do. Some people don't play for fun. That's not me, of course. However, I would say that some of the position can be quite considered as stable. Morales, of course, has his troubles with his laptop, so unfortunately, he won't be able to move up on the board. We've got then Phil Luksha and Foiger fighting for the 12th and 13th place of the leaderboard. You know, it's a question of honor. So you want to do your best, play your best. How it goes, it goes. It's not a problem, but you really want to play your best and try to score as many points as possible and trying to rank up onto the leaderboard. Then we can see Kolbor in the middle between, let's say, the bottom size of the table and the middle size of the table with his 9 points. So even here, if for some reason either I or Draconius lose everything, and Corbor manages to get the win, he is going to rack up on the board and getting mid-table, which is not bad. Then there's me. I'm absolutely, I would say, almost absolutely mid-table, if we don't consider, of course, the tickets. I'm just talking from Beer Monkey to Morales, of course. Um, so I would say I'm in the middle if we don't consider the tickets. Otherwise, I'm in the ninth place, which is quite great for my team. I didn't have so many wins since season two, I think. So yeah, it's been a good season for me, all in all. If we don't consider the deaths, but it's fine, it's part of the game. Then we've got Menor Muppets and the Heroes of Time Forgotten fighting for the real mid-table, if we consider the tickets as well. So we've got the battle for the 7th place between as we said, Chubstep and Anoraf. We are going to see who is going to get it. They have the same record, actually. So it's just Menor Muppets having one touchdown more than Anoraf. Everything can change there. That's very nice. That's very interesting to follow. Then we've got also Major Bite and Dust Bunny, the two teams, the two AG teams, which have been fighting with tooth and nails for their Challenger Cup of tickets at 16 points. Sure, they have a very hard time now getting a Challenger Cup ticket, even with wins. The chances of them getting a Challenger Cup of ticket are slightly low, especially Das Bunny having just a one touchdown difference. So I don't really think the Ratman Forever now can hope to get on the Challenger Cup. However, everything can change if something very strange happens, and also he wins everything from now on. While Major Bite, with his 6 touchdown difference, it's very difficult. He'll manage to recover Readable Llama and Erringzord difference. However, if for some reason both Erringzord and Readable Llama start losing all of their games, and who are we talking about here? Beer Monkey and him, Major Bite, manages to get all their wins. There's a chance that they both get a Challenger Cup of ticket, or if just one of the two manages to do something. Let's be clear, if Major Bite and Beer Monkey, for some reason, for some very strange reason, end up drawing for the Challenger Cup of ticket in the 3rd place, Major Bite has a better chance of getting the Challenger Cup of ticket. However, Beer Monk has one more points thanks to his draw instead of his loss. I would say we have analyzed everything there is to say about the leaderboard. I'm very excited to see how the situation develops. I'll probably be forgetting all I have said today because I have a really terrible memory. So every time I watch the leaderboard, I'm like, oh my god, this thing can happen. So yeah. Anyway, this was the leaderboard analysis. We are very close to the end of the season. I'm very excited for the playoffs, for the Challenger Cup. I hope we will get some very good streams out of it. I'm very excited for this Saturday Chaos Cup. I hope to see some of you there. I'll be there. I'll be playing. I'll be having a lot of great fun, just like I did with the Yuji Jackelman Memorial Cup. That was an absolute blast. I suggest everyone to enjoy the one-day turning nonsense that is developed around the one-day tournaments. So yeah, this Saturday we have another one, the Chaos Cup, and that's pretty much it from me. So thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for staying with me. If you're watching the VOD, thank you. Even if you just watch your own part, it's always great. It's always great to see the stuff I do here being appreciated. I have a lot of fun doing it. Hopefully, the new studio will be more working soon. It's still a kitchen table, however, it's in a cooler room, very closer to the other technological stuff I have in my house. It just needs some acoustic stuff to do to avoid disturbing neighbors. The problem I had mostly in the other room. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the pitch. Have fun and have a great week.